A man crouched in the dim cave, coaxing life from the fragile flame before him. Massive ice sheets loomed in the distance, carving the landscapes as they advanced like unstoppable giants. Despite his fur wraps, the bitter cold gnawed at his skin. The fire was his only shield against the biting air, its warmth a fragile barrier between life and death. A distant windstorm echoed with the creaks of ice and the sounds of fierce predators. For early humans like him, one of the last survivors, life was about mastering fire, making tools, and seeking shelter in a frozen world. This was the Ice Age, a world shaped by extremes. Earth has experienced 5 major ice ages during its 4.6 billion year history. Our current ice age, which began around 2.5 million years ago, alternates between long glacial periods lasting 100,000 years and shorter warm periods of about 10,000 years. During the last glacial period, massive ice sheets covered North America and Europe. Global temperatures were 10 degrees Celsius or 18 degrees Fahrenheit colder than today, and sea levels dropped dramatically as ocean water became locked in ice. This created land bridges between continents, including the broad Beringia that connected Siberia and Alaska and opened a vital migration route into the America. This frozen world was home to remarkable creatures like woolly mammoths, saber-toothed cats, and giant ground sloths. Early humans faced extreme challenges during this period. While Homo erectus became extinct around 110,000 years ago, our ancestors, Homo sapiens, survived by developing new tools and ways of living together. The harsh conditions drove innovation and cooperation, shaping human evolution. This glacial period ended 11,700 years ago, beginning our current warm phase. In the face of relentless cold, farming wasn't possible in frozen landscapes, so humans relied on large animals like mammoths, reindeer, and bison. At the La Madeleine site in France, archaeologists found sophisticated spear tips and evidence of group hunting strategies. Early humans likely used ambush tactics, forcing animals into traps or over cliffs to secure a kill. Evidence from archaeological and genetic studies shows that humans hunted large mammals with strategic methods, reflecting their ability to adapt to extreme environments. The ability to communicate verbally was a significant advantage, enabling detailed coordination during hunts and the sharing of knowledge across generations. But the challenge didn't end there. A single mammoth could provide food for weeks, but preservation was essential. At Yana RHS in Siberia, evidence shows humans storing meat in permafrost, an early example of natural refrigeration. This strategy allowed communities to survive long, resource-scarce winters, highlighting the ingenuity of Ice Age societies. Central to this ingenuity was fire, not merely a source of heat, but a transformative force in their daily lives. With fire, early humans could cook meat, making it easier to digest and unlocking more calories, essential for survival. Studies from Kesem Cave in Israel reveal evidence of controlled fire use as far back as 300,000 years ago. Fire also provided light, extending activity into the night and fostering social interactions around the hearth. Importantly, it acted as a deterrent against predators, giving humans a sense of security in otherwise hostile environments. Fire alone wasn't enough to keep humans warm in the Ice Age. Clothing became essential for survival in the freezing temperatures. Early humans used animal hides, but making well-fitted clothing required tools and innovation. Archaeologists have discovered bone needles at several sites in Europe and Siberia. These needles, dating back tens of thousands of years, allowed people to sew durable, insulated garments, providing better protection against the cold and enabling survival in harsher environments. Shelter was one of the most critical components of Ice Age survival. Natural caves offered protection from the elements, but not all groups had access to them. In open environments, humans constructed shelters using available materials like wood, animal hides, and even mammoth bones. Archaeological finds in Ukraine reveal 15,000-year-old mammoth bone dwellings that demonstrate early humans' ability to construct sturdy, insulated homes. These structures shielded inhabitants from harsh weather and dangerous predators, providing essential protection for early communities. However, humans weren't alone in navigating these challenges. They encountered Neanderthals and Denisovans. Neanderthals were robust and well adapted to cold climates, with larger brains suited for tool-making and survival in harsh environments. Denisovans, known from limited fossil evidence, contributed genetic traits to modern humans, especially among populations in Asia and Oceania. Today, genetic analysis reveals that all non-African humans carry approximately 1 to 2% Neanderthal DNA, a legacy that includes traits related to immune function and skin adaptation. These exchanges likely boosted survival by broadening resistance to diseases. Neanderthals and Denisovans faced shifting climates, fierce competition for resources, and limited genetic diversity. Their small populations grew vulnerable to extinction. Homo sapiens relied on larger connected groups, rapid cultural changes, and stronger genetics from interbreeding. This gave them a clear survival edge. Tool-making was one of the most critical skills for Ice Age survival. Early humans used materials like flint, bone, and antlers to create tools that were both durable and effective. The lever-loir technique, a sophisticated method of shaping stone tools, allowed for the production of sharper and more specialized tools. At sites such as Schöningen in Germany, researchers have discovered wooden spears dating back 300,000 years, showcasing the ingenuity and precision of Ice Age toolmakers. These tools were not only essential for hunting, but also for processing hides and building shelters. Innovations weren't limited to hunting weapons. Archaeological findings at sites like Divja Babe in Slovenia suggest people fashioned bone flutes, signaling a capacity for music and symbolic thought. This cultural creativity played a role in bonding communities and passing on knowledge. It shows that art and cultural practices flourished even in the harsh conditions of the Ice Age. The caves of Lascaux and Chauvet in France adorned with vivid paintings of animals, provide a glimpse into the symbolic and spiritual lives of early humans. These works, some over 30,000 years old, were likely used in rituals or storytelling. Portable art, such as carved figurines like the Venus of Willendorf, highlights the importance of shared cultural identities. Humans also adapted at the genetic level. Some populations developed traits for cold tolerance, including differences in body shape and metabolism, such as short, stocky builds with shorter limbs, to better retain heat. Analyses by medical anthropologists and geneticists, such as those referencing EPAS1 variants found in some high-altitude and cold-adapted groups, show how selective pressures influenced modern human physiology. As the last ice age reached its peak, life became so harsh that our ancestors nearly vanished. Some scientists think only a few thousand people survived worldwide, yet through cooperation, the mastery of fire, and the invention of ever more specialized tools, they found ways to endure. When the climate began to warm around 11,700 years ago, these same skills laid the groundwork for farming, permanent settlements, and more complex societies. Today, we carry the genetic and cultural legacy of those Ice Age survivors, living proof that human resilience can overcome even the most extreme challenges. Thank you for watching and exploring this chapter of our shared past. If you found this valuable, please like, share, and subscribe.